Hello viewers, and welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. Last time, we added yet another hero to the poisoned earth. Rest in peace, Hughes. Oh, you can see what her stats were. She had a tapeworm. I don't remember her having a tapeworm. Okay, I'm looking at the Nomad Wagon and the Survivalist here. I have a lot of crests. They're not doing anything for me, just sitting in the supply. So we could drop our trinket costs again. Trinkets are very valuable, and in fact, the two on sale here are quite powerful. The Sun Ring is a lot of damage output. Jeez, I want this. Well, let's spend some crests, right?
Idol, amulet, or lucky charm. The simplest object can be a talisman against evil.
That's true. We still are pretty high on crests, but that's fine. Okay, so let's see what we need to do. I know. Listen. Play some cards. For some reason, playing cards really works for her. So we don't need another Tome of Healing. We do need, still, portraits and deeds. Deeds more than portraits. But I'm not crazy about any of these rewards. That's not terrible. Minus 10% max HP is not great, but plus 40% stun resist would certainly be welcome. We also do have access to this fasting seal. It's interesting. I do like these a lot. Obviously, my gold supplies. We're certainly not broke, but I would like to have more gold than I do have. Yeah, you know what? We're going on this green mission because I need. First of all, I need an unambiguous win. I just need to feel a little better. And secondly, obviously, gold would be great. So, I think this is a great opportunity to bring up a Vestal. I do love a Vestal. Oh, right. The other abomination. Well, I think it's more important to bring up a second abomination than it is to bring up a second Vestal, because abominations are crazy. You... And what the heck, you? We'll do it like... No, not like that. Like this. There we go. What abilities do you have available? You don't have bandage. Well, I think that she needs to have bandage. This party's short on healing. So let's go unlock bandage for her. Okay. And we will remember to change to it. Actually, I'd rather have blind fire than flare. Okay. Let's bring some people who are basically not prepared at all. Not at all. They have some items. Wow, you shouldn't have that. Clearly, that's a thing that I was intending to sell. I don't know. I just wanted you to take it off, like this. Take it off. All right. Let's sort by rarity rather than class restrictions. Is there anything that I feel we really need? Is there anything we're going to benefit from, like, hugely? These early runs are so easy that I'm not too concerned. We'll send him out with that. Why not? And there's no reason. Likewise, there's no reason for our Vestal not to take this. Given that this is a gold gathering mission, I am not going to fill up everybody's trinket slots. Other than that, I want to have extra space to carry trinkets on a long mission. That's a thing that's going to happen. So you might be tired of watching me run green missions, and if that's the case, listen, I'm not going to judge you if you just skip to the next video. Far be it from me. We'll bring holy water as well. Honestly, we probably have enough food to make it through this without me needing to bring medicinal herbs necessarily, but positive outcome on Curios. We saw an awful lot of those piles of those remnants of old heroes last time.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
Oh, you know what? Given that this is a room battles instead of an exploration, I probably should have had somebody bring the map. We could shortcut a lot of play here if we had the map, probably. Oh, you don't have your stun, and I didn't check. Well, that's the same sort of forgetful poor play that I've been doing a lot lately. How much do you have? 6 on you? So you can attack at most once. Ever. We'll get exactly 1 attack off. I'm not that concerned. This party is not as movement resilient as the last party, especially with the man of arms not having rampart. That's a very dumb oversight. I should not be making mistakes like that. If you can't tell, I'm recording this the same night as the last recording session, and maybe when I make mistakes like that, I should take a break for the evening. But you know, I just don't have a lot of time, unfortunately. I kind of have to record whenever I can.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
10 points of blight damage, maybe slightly overkill. Wow, man. Well, here's what I think of that.
Is broken. Maintain the offensive. Seize this momentum. Push on to the task's end.
So are these worth equipping on anybody? +4 dodge. Man. Why didn't I unlock Rampart? These would be totally fine on Mendville if I had unlocked Rampart, because he could just move himself back into position trivially. I'm going to put these onto Bachelor. Yup. Because he at least has that headbutt charge when he's in Abomination form. Okay. I'm annoyed at myself for not playing optimally, but at least on a green mission you can get away with playing like pretty suboptimally. Do I value killing this drummer over the brawlers? Actually, I don't. The drummer's not that threatening, really. Ugh. Alright. AoE skills, doing what AoE skills do. Allowing us to finish off a severely weakened enemy and also get a little bit of extra value. Still no dodges. You know, Bachelor, you feel free to step out of the path of an attack at any time here. Wow. They, really don't like him? Yeah, let's just pray for absolution. I could rattle off a stun here, but I think actually that we've got this under control. And I would rather get a little bit of healing, since our healing ability in this party is not quite what we sometimes bring. Alright. So this guy's only actually got 1 HP left, and that's all the HP the enemy party has altogether. So we can take some time here to throw some heals.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
It would be nice if our Arbalest got a turn. Nope, no free bandage. Oh well.
Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Yeah, we should bring home quite a bit of gold here. This will help This will help right our unfortunate loss of a very upgraded arbalist. Losing XP is bad, but you also have to consider the gold cost of a loss. Every gold piece that you put into that character's training is now gone. Wow. I was gonna say, let's take care of these worm dudes. Fitzland can't do any meaningful damage to the back row, so.
Fiend falls. A faint hope blossoms.
Arbalists are so good. You know, I'm still just not that afraid of the drummer. Stress casters are
Continually onslaught.
annoying,
Them all.
but he doesn't do that much stress, and he'll often do that attack, which is not dangerous. All right, let's get some heals on. We are going to. Oh, I was going to say, we're going to totally just let that guy live and ignore him, but, oops. Had riposte on. Alright. I don't remember what item goes with this. Well, I suppose that'll do. Unfortunately, no scouts, so we do actually have to go over to this room and check. I'm not a big fan of spending shovels.
Surprising. These tunnels predate even the earliest settlers.
I'm not a big fan of spending shovels this early in the mission, but with the highly interconnected nature of this map, it's pretty likely that we'll be able to go around other blockages that we find, and that makes me a little bit less wary. So how soon do we want to camp in a mission like this? I have to remember that camping is a good way to take advantage of a small number of torches. Having a small number of torches in your inventory is valuable for a number of reasons.
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
It's nice to not spend money on things that you don't actually need, but also it's nice to have inventory slots open right away, right? Man, these hallways are just packed with traps.
His efficacy unwitnessed by his own eyes.
I'm not too worried about fatalities, on the front two at least. Yes, I know you bleed. You never stop bleeding. Maybe I should be more worried? I don't know. He's definitely going to be receiving a bandage, but I thought him landing his stun was more valuable than him using absolution. Low speed heroes. Hey guys, look, I'm marked. You definitely want to attack me. Hey, you're fine. Do I need to heal him instead to prepare him for all the spider attacks? Nah. Only 6. Well, spiders, I'm not that worried about. They do have a propensity for doing a lot of damage, a lot more damage than you see from a lot of early enemies. We actually might be in a little bit of trouble here. Okay, no, it didn't get him down to 0.
Perched at the very precipice.
Yes, every mark possible here. didn't realize that there were so many little icons that could appear on there. He could have even one more, right? Because he's not poisoned, or he's not bleeding, rather. Well, I do think that we're going to want to camp soon. Our party doesn't have huge healing output, and in a lot of ways we are reliant on. We're reliant on camps for maintaining our output, or our what do you call it? Maintaining our healing levels, our health levels.
And driven into the mud.
What do I want to do here? Let's drop this. I'll take these. We'll let go of the stack of gold. We'll camp right now. Yeah, and then we'll open the chest after we camp because we'll have an inventory slot then.
A moment of respite, a chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
All right. So, who's down the most health? You're down 16. He's down quite a lot. Let's triage him. You have the ability to self-medicate. You don't have any diseases, and you don't have any stress. Heal 20% isn't... Is that even better than... No, that's exactly the same as wound care. So spending 3 time units on wound caring himself doesn't seem the greatest. We'll just do it with 2. And then we'll have Bachelor do it here. Remember, the Bachelor has a pretty efficient self-heal. And so it's a little bit less important for him to be at high health coming out of this. A little bit of courage. Okay. We got a reasonable amount of health on our 2 people who are low who don't have efficient self-heals.
The way is lit. The path is clear. We require only the strength to follow it.
Okay, a full stack worth of crests. That's fine. Again, we get absolutely no scouting, so we do have to actually go to every room. Frustrating resists. But if this lands, it did not. Alright, they have 100% blight resist. I knew that wasn't going to work. Come on, SB. Get it together. We can, I think, afford to do this. Rainbow Court needs incision for fighting in here. Well, given that we can't do anything meaningful here, I guess we could do 2 damage. Yeah, that's probably better than a single point of healing. Or it's totally irrelevant. That might be the case.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Now let's do this. Take the portraits, make a new portrait stack, and yeah. Oh, that's very valuable right at this moment. Don't say that. We're happy about that. All right. So we do have to finish going up this hall, unfortunately. It would be cool if that was not the case. Let's plan out our torch usage a little bit, though. Do we want a torch now? So we're going to come down here. Yeah. This route gets us all the rooms without having to repeat any more hallways. Alright, I think that this is probably worth transforming for. Who dies first? Well, we might be able to get a one-shot on this guy. Let's try for that. There we go. Plus, this leaves the back row open for some of that sweet, sweet plague doctrine. An attack is far more likely to kill the swine drummer, but the question is whether I care. I don't think I do. I think the wretch is more dangerous enough that I let the swine drummer go. Because sadly, our man-at-arms and our arbalest are both fairly high on stress. And as you can see, that attack is... that attack is not as likely to put as much stress onto the people who need to not gain stress as a vomit is, because a crit vomit, yeah, I'll do 22. Annoying. Alright, well... given that he's already had his turn, we're just with the Plague Doctor... oh no, we're not actually going to get to do our back 2 Blight with the Plague Doctor on account of that stun. So we'll just do things this way. That's a little bit less efficient than I would have liked. Our arbalest has seen almost no attacks. Zero. There we go. Spread out the damage a little bit, guys. Yeah, it's probably worth healing yourself over healing the man-at-arms. Free absolution, yay! And of course, as always, we would have loved to see some crit heals. But we're just not that lucky right now.
Creatures can be felled. They can be beaten.
Is it worth... yeah, let's drop the bandages. Alright, so we have 5 more fights that are visible along our chosen path here. Also, not really an obvious... oh, of course, as soon as I drop all the bandages. Well, if somebody's going to cut themselves, it should be the abomination. We are getting a fantastic number of surprises. I'm certainly not mad about that. Okay, she's done. Pretty good. Pretty good. The only thing that actually gets to attack us is a bone rabble. Ooh. Rolling high for you, for one of your kind. Okay, see enough. Oh, never mind. We are so out of inventory space. Do I want to eat a whole stack of food? I don't think so. I suppose we drop medicinal herbs. It's true that we are probably okay on food. I don't remember if you can burn these with torches. Let's find out, but let's do it with somebody who has low stress. No, okay. Alright. Isn't that ranged attacks? Yeah. You know, I seem to be generating a lot of those range skill bonuses on heroes that have no ranged attacks. Okay, this isn't too bad. As always, whack somebody with the chains. Stunned enemies are only slightly worse than dead enemies. Or, yeah. Man, that just does so little damage. Does so little damage is basically never going to be right. Oh, he resisted. But we're getting lucky too. Got lots of good avoidance.
A decisive pummeling.
I decisively pummeled that corpse. Really showed it who's boss. So this attack does no damage. Alright, well, we have to do that to make this guy be unable to attack, sadly. I would have preferred to try to throw a stun on the big guy. But it looks like we got him out of control anyway. The efficiency of that move with the double cures is, it's just too much for me to ignore.
Prodigious size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Ooh, wow. And we're finding a lot of onyx in this dungeon. Okay.
In Radiance, may we find victory.
We need lots of portraits still. I wish I had any idea how many shovels we were going to need for the rest of the dungeon. And this means I don't want to camp until, like, here or here, probably. But I do need to be able to camp, I think, so I can't throw the firewood block away. The only thing I'm really worried about is having to go to this room and getting a blockage generated here, but I think we're going to just go ahead and drop that. I do not remember. These can do some pretty awful things. Let's see if they do. Yep, pretty awful. Okay. $50 whole gold. Amazing. Well, we are getting quite a lot of loot here. I'm actually feeling pretty good about where we are loot-wise.
The ground quakes.
Hey, that doesn't hurt either. Okay. Oh, he lives. Wait, maybe he lives. Yes! 1 damage! I do not like Bellow very much. But, you know, it can occasionally do that. Sometimes 1 damage is what you need, and Man-at-Arms has no other way of hitting the back row, so... No, you can see I wanted to Absolution there, but I really don't think that that's feasible. Plague Doctor's low, but he's not low enough to be killed by the Bloodletter in a single turn, I don't think. Yeah. Not even if the bleed had landed. And that being the case, it really makes more sense to limit this guy's time on Earth. I will heal him with the Arbalest if she gets another turn.
Success so clearly in view.
Too many different kinds of loot items.
Trick of the light.
Nah. Do I want a food? Yeah. So we're going to eat 8 at the next camp because we need the stress relief. But even after we do that, we still have a full stack of food left. Because honestly, things are going quite well. And hopefully this video serves as a reasonable proof that you do not at all need healers on green missions. We've only actually had to heal once or twice, and those could have been avoided by playing slightly differently, Or just fixed after combat with food, because boy oh boy do we have a lot of extra food. There's no particular reason that we have to rush it against a bone rabble. Wow. This is the most badass bone rabble of all time. He did nothing more than once. But his lucky streak comes to an end, and he gets killed by the impact damage of a plague grenade.
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Wow. That's 3 times now I've gotten 50 gold or less as loot from an item here. So the question is, do I want to push on and camp in this room, or do I want to camp now? I think I want to camp in this room. We're in relatively good health. Actually, we're in pretty great health. Yeah. Oh, I don't have any spaces at all. If I go to 12 food and then I eat 8 food for camp, 2 hunger events would be embarrassing. And I do still have 3 hallways to traverse. I think I'll drop a painting instead of risking that. We're going to clear 2 inventory slots out here, so we'll be able to pick up loot for the rest of the dungeon. I wonder why it is that the phrase long pig is a euphemism for human flesh. I guess human flesh and pig flesh look pretty similar, but I don't know if they look similar enough.
Vision. The end approaches.
I guess maybe once they're cooked you can't tell the difference, really. Alright, we get rid of him. Do humans cook up like pork? This is a tough question. Listen, if you are a person watching this video and you have cooked human flesh, let us know in the comments how much it looks like pork. Oh, I suppose that blind fire might have been a better thing to do there. Just because hitting him is not particularly valuable. Once he's at low enough health that the riposte will kill him, there's no reason not to finish him off, but... is the actual attack called riposte? No, it's called retribution. Once he's low enough that the retribution will kill him, there's no reason not to finish the job, but... it was probably wrong to just outright attack him with the arbalest. Do I want a bandage in the hopes of getting a crit heal? Yeah, let's go for it. Nope. Alright. It probably doesn't change our number of incoming attacks, right? I think we can... oh, no. We didn't actually get the kill there. Or the get the blight, which would have secured the kill. Probably. Actually, getting the blight on him wouldn't have finished him off before his turn.
This expedition at least promises success.
Well, gee, I suppose. Yeah, let's do this. Drop these, and we'll go ahead and...
huddled together, furtive and vulnerable.
oh, we have a stress faster, that's right.
Rats in a maze.
Well, we're actually going to come out of this in really good shape. Oops, I was trying to unselect this ability. So we have an encourage... now on you, we have a pep talk, which happens on you. And then we can force speed. Or we can do a wound care, I suppose. Yeah, let's do that. Unfortunately, we're not doing a great job of controlling our stress. Everybody's climbing up there. These three are low enough that they probably don't have to be manually de-stressed, but the
wonders can be found in the most tenebrous corners of this place.
Okay, well at least that's not much of an ambush. Although this is a pretty brutal position switch. Ugh. Can I blind fire from any position? Okay. That's a blessing at least. Alright, nice job. He can use Retribution from the 3rd rank. I think I'd rather let that happen than move Bachelor up into a position where he's still pretty bad in this position. We don't want him to transform, really. Not against 2 maggots. The stress gained by the Arbalist would not be worth it. Alright, maybe we'll get some good ripostes off here. Ha! Joke's on you, maggots. This is actually going alright. Not that I was ever in a great deal of danger from the maggots. Wow, nicely done.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
And we want her in back. Yeah, they definitely got like maximum possible value on that that surprise rearranging. Alright, let's go have a look at these curios. Maybe we can get some sweet free treasure. We don't have bandages, so we'll just have him do it. Cool. Wow, we're back up to 20 food again. Apparently I was being too cautious. Let's do the same thing this way. Let's go and pick up the curios now. A shame. But we have more than 5,000 gold worth of just gold, in addition to nearly 2 full stacks of onyx and 7,500 gold coming from the reward for this quest. So it's not that we necessarily need there to be more treasure, I just really would like there to be more treasure. Yeah, he was already stunned, so he doesn't get an attack, but he's also the only dangerous person here, really. Are spiders people? I said dangerous person, but maybe that's not appropriate.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
Okay, I see what you're doing. He's trying to prove us wrong. Well, bad news. We're not wrong. You suck. Wow. These are like the hero maggots, though. These guys are by far the most dangerous maggots I've ever seen.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Okay, what about Mankind Hater? Alright, that's a lot better than Eagle Eye, that's for sure. It's not amazing, but it's better than Eagle Eye. Alright, so there's at least one more room battle. It looks like we may be doing it in total darkness. Oh well. I had the Arbalest do it because you can get a buff from those. You get a buff for sure if you use medicinal herbs. Obviously, there's not a lot of decisions to make in this combat. There's some pretty obviously right things to do. And he even had the courtesy to do it on the Abomination, the one who loses the least from being hit, due to his very efficient self-heal and his extremely high health. These guys are just being downright friendly now. Ooh. So, trinket slot. Hey, get in the trinket slot. Oh, it's Hellion only, right. Well. First of all, let's do this. And this, obviously. We'll drop this Jade for a Hellion only trinket. Do I want to drop my food? Yeah. I mean, I suppose I didn't need to drop it. I could have fed them. Whatever. Throwing the food on the ground was way more hardcore.
Much worse than mere trickery.
We do have to walk all the way to the end. Here's hoping for no hunger events. That would be a really embarrassing way to gain a lot of stress.
Ambushed by foul invention.
Okay. 2 full stacks of onyx. Unusual, to say the least. We actually ended up having to go to every, there were battles in all 4 of the corners of the map. It's not letting me grab and move the map right now. But there were actually battles in all 4 corners of the map. That's crazy. Or, well, all the 3 corners of the map that we didn't start in, at least. At this point, I'm going to have to de-stress everybody, so I figure, why not? Let's get this resolved as efficiently as possible. I mean, do I have to pay to de-stress everybody? How long do I think it's going to be before I need to run another green? Should I just let them de-stress naturally? I don't know. She's at 95. That's probably not actually an option. Ooh, nice shot. Well, he'll probably at least get a riposte off on the big guy. I'm willing to endure 1 extra attack here.
A singular strike.
Hey, wow, that was actually pretty positive for us.
Monster's size has no intrinsic merit, unless inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
She lost 15 stress in the last couple rounds of that combat. That's crazy. But we don't have any... Yeah, geez, we don't have anything that we could throw away without losing something. So 4 crests is probably not better than a bunch of gold. We are definitely not bottlenecking on crests. So these are definitely not worth... Yeah. Alright. Not too bad.
Some experiments should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
So, if we include the 2 trinkets that we got as loot and this trinket, which we could potentially sell, it's, I said it's pretty good when I looked at it at first, but really, like, we're so unlikely to take a trinket that doesn't improve our combat capability, with the exception of the Ancestors map, which is pretty great, that honestly, this may just get sold. So that's another 2,000 gold on top of 2 trinkets and the other 1,900 that we got just in actual currency. That's 100% fine. You go ahead and baby that arm a little bit while you're throwing your plague grenades.
I can still see their angry faces as they stormed the manor. But I was dead before they found me. And the letter was on its way.
Alright, you don't actually need to have any traits removed, so you can get de-stressed now. Oh, is he only interested in penance? Or will he just not meditate? Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you just get super drunk then? How does that sound, buddy? We don't need to do that. Sort by stress. Let's make sure everyone's taken care of. We've had an unfortunate streak of people ending up in positions where they need more than 1 week worth of treatment. Yeah, he also has an unquiet mind. What the hell?
With enough ale, maybe they can be inured against the horrors below.
Everybody feel free to get super drunk. We may just leave to de-stress naturally. Okay, well, look at that. We're actually going to be able to bring some high-level people out on the thing here. So, join us next time. I don't know exactly. We have unlocked the new Swine King, the veteran Swine King. Man, that's just minus 25% move skill chance. It does affect both uppercut and flashbang, I guess, so that's something, but you almost never want to be using him to move people. You use flashbang because it stuns. I don't know, this seems bananas. It's unfortunate that we won't be able to go on this mission, probably. So join us next time when we finally set up our boss hunting crew.